Howdy and welcome back to Backcountry Luxury. Today we're going to teach you a new video on how to put up the best design for a hammock.
On our last video, Dalen, am I saying that right? Dalen Riley commented, "Wow, what a great video. Just got another subscriber. Thanks, man. Keep up the great work. Would like to see a hammock video in the future." So in response to that, here's our hammock video. Okay, so this is what you're going to need for our hammock shelter.
First, you're going to need just any hammock. It doesn't have to be expensive. So cheap that you could just let your dog tear a hole right inside him. And then, you cannot forget for the best type of shelter, the tarp.
Okay, so our tarp, this is I believe a 10 by 6 feet. As long as it's as long as your hammock and it can cover up your feet, in the case of like bad weather, it should work, so. And this is our noose, ridge line for the tarp. I'll show you how to set it up, but it's going to go across the trees and the tarp's going to go over it. So, here's where the hammock controversy comes in. It's how to hang your hammock. Now there's 4 types of people in the world. There's the rich wannabe outdoorsman with an RV. They're not really real, they're just, you know. And then there's the poor wannabe outdoorsman with a tent. There's the third option, and that's the rich hammockers with an hammock and all this expensive alien new next-gen technology straps. But if you're a all-American, V8 engine, do-it-yourself type of outdoorsman, and there's a chance you got some paracord laying around, and that's what we're going to use. Okay, so I'm going to show you the knots you're going to need to know how to tie to set up your hammock. It's really just 2 knots. So the first one is the loop in the end of your paracord, and if you don't already have that in place, I'm going to show you how to tie it. Okay, so let me take the other end. You only need it on one end, but I'm going to use this other end to show you how to tie it. So first, you're going to take your end, and you're going to make a loop, just like that. It really depends how big you want it. That's about like 8 inches. The more you have, the easier it'll be. So, you're going to take your loop, and you're going to make a knot, like that. Or you're going to... Alright, I take that back. You're not gonna make a knot. You're gonna loop your loop around like that. So it's kind of like a U, and it's gonna cross over. See that? How it crosses over, and then it goes behind, like that, and through the hole. I'm gonna show that one more time, just so you can get that. So first, you're gonna loop it up. Then you're going to make a U, and it's going to go in front of it, like that, and then behind it, and then through the hole. And just cinch it up. And that's how you make the loop on the end of your paracord.
Now, most people think when you're camping fancy, you're in an RV. But for people like us, camping fancy means one of these carabiners. It saves you a lot of time when tying knots.
Okay, so the last knot you need to know is after your rope is attached around your tree, how you hook on your hammock. I'm just going to use a carabiner, but your hammock's going to have carabiners on the edge. So, this end, you're going to put this loop around the tree, and then put this around it, and loop this through the loop and tighten it up. So once it's tied around the tree, whatever, this is how you're going to attach your hammock. So you're going to figure out, we're going to show you this later, you're going to figure out at one point in the rope that you need to attach your hammock to make it have the right amount of sag. And once you figure out where that point is, that's how you're gonna take it. So you're gonna take your rope like this, and you're gonna make a loop like this, and then you're gonna take your loop like that. See how that is? And do that again. I'm going to take my loop and put it on like that. See? And then we're going to take it and move the loop onto itself and pull like that. So now there's another loop, and you attach your carabiner to this spot and then pull, and it cinches up. And then your rope's over here, your carabiner's attached, and here's your tag end. And the best part about this is once it's off your carabiner, you just pull it and it comes undone. So I'm going to show you that one more time. So you're going to make a loop like that. Then you're going to put the loop on itself and then pull the part in the middle out. And then that loop like that, it's going to look like that. You're going to take the end of your hammock, attach it, and then pull. And it's going to take a bit of adjusting to get the right sag in the hammock. But once you get it where you want it, it's not going to come undone while you're hanging. And the best part of all is when you unhook it, you just pull it and you're done.
Alright, so we made a little mistake. We forgot to tell you that you're going to need 4 tie-down straps. But like we said, if you're that all-American, then you're going to have an extra paracord laying around, so you can just make it out of that. You just want to put those fancy little loops that he taught you how to do earlier. And with stakes, we've got these that we found at a garage sale really cheap. But we used to improvise them by just using sticks and using like a little knife to cut them down. You can even use whatever little things you have laying around with sticks, but yeah. Alright, first what you need to find is 2 sturdy trees that aren't going to fall down when you have your hammock up. Around 15 to 18 feet apart. That depends on the size of your rope. Yeah, 12 to 18 feet should work.
Okay, so the first step when putting your hammock up is to take your paracord with your loop in it and put it, depending on how far your trees are and how high you want your hammock, you want it about anywhere from like chin to head level. You want it even on both trees, but since this one's a bit higher up, I'm gonna have this one at like chin level and the other one at head level. So you just wanna put your loop around the tree and then put the end of your rope through the loop and then run it through. And it may look like it'll slip down, but when you're pulling like this and not downward, it's gonna stay. So your hammer is gonna be, all the force is gonna be going like this, and this rope's not gonna fall down. Now come over here. Everyone's gone. So for this one, since it's a bit lower, I'm gonna put it at head level, or like hair level. Do the same thing. Just put it around the tree, pull it through. Tighten it up. Okay, so now grab your hammock and take it out of the stuff sack. And don't hang it up yet, but grab your ropes and just attach one side where you think it's going to need, like the knot I showed you before. You make the loop, put the loop on itself and pull the middle, and then tighten it up. And then you're going to come to the other spot and grab your rope. And you want it to be even on the rope so one side is not higher than the other. And as you see, there's like about 4 feet of rope and 2 feet. So I got that side too high up. So I'm going to come back to this side and I'm going to redo it a bit lower. Because you want the amount of rope from the carabiner to the tree to be the same on both sides. So it takes a bit of testing. Once you get it, it doesn't have to be perfect. I think you're going to have to do it one more time.
That's pretty good.
I don't know, this side a bit more just to get the sag right. Once you get it where you like it, your hammock should be pretty well centered. Now to set up your ridge line, it helps if you have like a carabiner or a clasp on the edge. You're going to put it a bit over your hammock and attach it to itself just like that. Or if you don't have one of these, you can just run it through a loop just like the paracord. Now you're going to come to this tree and you're not going to pull, you're going to put it through this little triangle where your rope for the hammock was. But you're not going to pull tight, because if you pull tight, it makes your hammock higher. You're just going to have it where it was before, and you're just going to tie an overhand knot. Just how you tie your shoe, just like that. You're not putting weight on this, so it doesn't have to be like super strong, but your tarp's going to go on this. So, I'm gonna show you.
Now you got this clothesline type deal, and you're just going to hang your tarp right on.
If your tarp doesn't have this, that sucks. You've kind of got this like rope in the middle of it. You can attach that up to your anchor point up here and tie that off. As long as it stays put. And if you don't have that, just tie a rope off the center of your tarp. Okay, so on this side, my rope isn't long enough to get up to where my hammock is, so I'm going to improvise. I'm going to attach it to the carabiner in the hammock. So what you can do is you can just, it doesn't have to be super tight, as long as it protects you from the rain. Run that through the carabiner, pull that tight, and then grab the tarp part and make a knot. Tie that down. Now it's not going to be like completely tight, but it's not going to come off, even in the wind.
Alright, now, you've got your stakes, and you got your little 10-inch loops. Now what you're going to want to do, you just want to stick your loop onto the stake, or if you improvise with sticks, that works, whatever. And you're going to stick the other end of the loop. Somehow you're going to put it on your tarp. Each tarp's different on how it hooks up. But then you're going to pull back and stick it into the ground.
Okay, so we have finished our improvised hammock shelter. Tarp on top. Now I'm going to show you inside. As you can see, this is no RV, but you can get in your hammock, sit down, put your feet up. You've got a roof over your head, protection from the elements, and I think that's good enough for us.